On tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's going to make you sick.
Welcome back to the studio. I'm Alexis. Thanks for joining me. So after years of doing 3D modeling and 3D fabrication stuff, I finally acquired a 3D printer. I got the Elgoo Saturn, which is a resin printer. For me, resin made sense because I knew that I wanted to 3D print like small figures with a lot of details, you know, in the hands and face. Coming off the last video, which was a painting of the laying figure, which you could see behind us. So the first project that I did was I took that big figure and made a mini version into a magnet. So this is my first attempt or experiment with 3D printing. So I used the same model that I used to make the big ones and then just made a mini magnet out of it. You could put on your fridge, on your computer, whatever it may be. So this video follows the process of how I made these magnets. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Not for the algorithm, but for my morale. The magnets are also available. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested. Nonetheless, let's get into it. 3D printing time, let's go. Update on the 3D printing process. We have the mini version. This was the first one that I did, super small, just to kind of get an idea of what we were working with, and then kind of full scale version, and then obviously the stock print that the Elgoo Saturn comes with came out super crisp, like ridiculously crisp. Nonetheless, so we have prototype 1, this little version. Let me show you guys. So those holes in the back are there for a reason, because it's hollow to save material, but you need to drill holes to leave the resin and escape route. Some of the things that I realized printing this mini out was that there was some drip in a few places. One of the places was the foot. So I knew that I had to add more supports on the foot, and then now that I look at it, there are a few drips on the head. And when I say drips, it just means that it didn't layer properly. You can kind of see some of the caving in. So those are the kinds of things that I was looking for, which is exactly why I printed the first one super small. The amount of detail though is incredible. Like, look at his hands. So then I scaled up to a bigger version just for comparison. At this point, I don't know if this is the final scale. I'm still working with the size of the bed, so I want to be mindful. This one had a lot of deficiencies, right? So each elbow, the supports did not make it all the way up. We did resolve the heel problem. There are no drips on the heel, but the elbows and arms, geez, they're dripping like crazy. You see that? Have to add a lot more supports there along with the head. The head really didn't do well on this one. Still very nice. I mean, the amount of detail you saw on the mini is just as incredible on this bigger version. So super excited about that. But still some edits to make in the software. So I'm gonna move forward and make those edits, add more supports where I feel fit. So hopefully prototype 3 is deliverable, so it kind of moves on to the next stage. I already knew that coming into this there were going to be a lot of efforts that would be not necessarily failures. It would be a trial and error kind of thing. So I think this is a pretty decent size. I might push it a little bit. If I push it a little bit, I don't know. What do you think? That's where we're at with 3D printing. Super fun, super exciting to see everything come together. I'm thrilled. I feel like a little kid making stuff. So absolutely enjoying this process, learning a new medium once again, and kind of mind blown about the detail that these things can create. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. Peace. Even though the resin prints out super detailed and smooth, there are still small blemishes on the back, which is evidence from where the supports were attached. So here I'm doing some preliminary sanding with the micro pen, and then finish it off by wet sanding with 2000 grit sandpaper, which leaves a nice smooth finish. At first my intentions were to cover the drain holes completely, but then my friend Ricky suggested I repurpose the holes as magnet inserts, which was a great design idea because it ended up making these guys functional. So after sanding, I finished them by applying a black primer, then I used a color shift spray paint. The process is very similar to how I paint my life-size sculptures. When it came to the packaging, I wanted to design custom boxes for these guys, but the quantity and profit margin were too small to justify the ordering cost. So instead I just designed some postcards for the inside and ordered standard white boxes, then screen printed on the logo. Hopefully as I scale up with 3D printing, the scope of the next project allows me to really invest in the packaging. I want these items to feel like a full experience, and that always starts with the boxes. But these postcards were designed in Cinema 4D. As an extension, I created an AR filter on Instagram that projects the figure into your environment. You can place them on the floor or any surface and scale them up and down. Make them as big as a building or as small as the physical magnet. I'll pop up QR code if you guys want to try it out. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for some products I can 3D print in the future, drop it in the comments. I'll catch you guys on the next one.